For homework help tonight, I'm going to start off with number 2. Number 2 is 3x squared is equal to 108. And remember that in order to solve all of these, we're using our quadratic formula, which is x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, and remember, in order to use this formula, I have to have my equation set equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract this 108 from both sides here. And I would have 3x squared minus 108 is equal to 0. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to identify what a, b, and c all are. Okay, remember that a is the coefficient of my squared term, so in this case a is 3. B is the coefficient of the linear term, or just the x term, but I don't have one in this case, so that means that B has to be 0. And C is negative 108. So now from here, we're just going to start substituting into this formula. So we have x is equal to the opposite of b, well, b is just 0, plus or minus the square root of b squared, 0 squared, minus 4 times a, well, a is 3, times c, which is negative 108, and all of that is divided by 2 times my a value, which is 3. And now I'm just going to start simplifying. So I still have my 0 plus or minus the square root of, well, 0 squared is just 0. And then if I do negative 4 times 3 times negative 108, I get a big number. I get positive 1,296 all over 6. Right? And now I'm just going to keep simplifying. So 0 plus anything doesn't really matter what 0 was. So I'm going to take the square root, positive or negative square root, of 0 plus 1296, which is just 1296 divided by 6. So let's see if 1296 has a perfect root, and it does. It's 36. So this is equal to positive or negative 36 divided by 6. And when I split that up, I would get positive 36 over 6, which will give me positive 6. And I would have negative 36 over 6, which would give me negative 6. So my two solutions here are 6 and negative 6. And I'm going to do one more just because I know substituting into this formula can be kind of tricky. So I think I'm going to do number 7. Number 7 is 6x squared minus 136 is equal to 10x. And again, we're using that same formula, so I'm going to copy it down over here. Alright, and again, I have to be set equal to 0 in order to use that formula, so I'm going to subtract my 10x, and I would be left with 6x squared minus 10x minus 136 is equal to 0. And now I want to identify what a, b, and c are. So a in this case is 6, b is negative 10, and c is negative 136. And now we're just going to start substituting into that formula. So x is equal to the opposite of b, which is positive 10, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 10 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is negative 136, all over 2 times a, which is 6. And now we're just simplifying. So I have 10 plus or minus the square root of, well, negative 10 squared is just 100. And then negative 4 times 6 times negative 136 will give me positive 3,264 all over 12. Right? And I'm still simplifying. So I have 10 plus or minus the square root of, well, this will give me 3,364 all over 12 when I add 100 and 3,264. And then the square root of 3,364 is 58. over 12. And again, I can split that up into 10 plus 58 divided by 12 and 10 minus 58 divided by 12. So if I do 10 plus 58 divided by 12, I would get 68 over 12, which is not even, so you will get a decimal. So you get about 5.67. And then if I do 10 minus 58, I get negative 48. Divide that by 12, we get negative 4. So my two solutions are 5.67 and negative 4. Good luck with the rest of your assignment.